So this is now the experiment that I want to show you here with the DNA tray. This is one gel, one side that I'm going to use with the electrodes here. This is the other gel I'm going to use. This has only the DC current. The regular gel DNA analysis. This is the enhanced one, and I'm gonna not tell you right now. I'm not gonna tell you right now why it's enhanced, but you're gonna see the difference between the enhanced, the speed of it, and the regular one, the speed of it. This is to simulate the DNA. This is a colored dye that has negative charge, just like the DNA. I'm gonna drop one here. I'm gonna drop another one here. You're gonna see here. I'm gonna add more to it. See, this one is already stand still. This is already moving without the current. You can actually measure the time now as I'm speaking here with my regular speed of talk versus this not moving barely any. This is already moving. I can even change the angle here so that I make it an inclined angle so that we can eliminate the possibility that any curvature on the surface that actually push or propel the movement of the die. I'm going to wait until you see this reaching the end. I'm going to move to the next side, elevate the surface so that it does not have the gravity acting to improve the speed of it. You see, this is still already stand still. And it's moving. You can see. Now I'm gonna have this almost ready to start the next experiment to show you the difference in the speed. I don't know if it is zoomed enough to for you to see it. So it's now already 2 minutes since 2.5 minutes since I started recording, almost since I started the experiment as well. I'm going to continue talking so that you can see the speed of motion versus the speed of my talk. I almost reached the other end here right there. This is it. It's done. I'm going to now swap to the next pause. Okay. Incline the surface. I'm going to stop recording so that I can do the setup again. This is now the second part of the experiment. I'm going to show you, this is an inclined surface here. It's about angle about 10 degrees, dropping. This is the original experiment as is. I did not change it. I kept it so that you can see it has no motion. This one here again started. I'm going to impose the electric current on both sides. This the traditional way of DNA gel. This is the enhanced, and you can start seeing the motion soon. It's a bit slower since it's an inclined surface, so the gel and the dye are going to be propelled against the gravity, in addition to the weight of the molecules going through the gel. So there is some resistance from the gel and there is some resistance from the gravity, so that's why it's a bit slower than last time. I'm going to zoom into the experiment here so that you can see. Actually, I'm going to take it. You can see here that it actually found a path on the sides going to the last pole here. You can see it already reached from this side, from one end to another, for using the sideways path of the least resistance. Here it is going a bit but slower. Now, since the dye already found this path, it's going to go along the side because that's the least resistance. And you can see most of the dye now is following that path. So we're going to traverse from the first end, bottom end, to the top end using sideways. It already reached there. So I can wait a bit longer so they can see most of the dye going through that path rather than just a slim line. Now it's going to be thickened because a lot of more of the dye is going through that channel. This is the channel I'm talking about, just to be sure. And that's it. This recording took about 4 minutes since I started the whole experiment, and it already reached there. This length is about from my fingers, about 2, 4, 6, about 6 centimeters. Thank you. This is again using the regular 9 volts, 5 of them. It's roughly 9 times 5, which is 45 volts. Just to point out, this is the original, the second experiment that I did. And that path that I talked about, it will reach the end. Here, this is the traditional DNA gel slab using the 45 volts going from negative to this post, positive to that end. You can see this is about 1 centimeter. Time elapsed about 6 minutes, and it only moved 1 centimeter in 6 minutes. So this is why the traditional one is still slow, and you know that is compared to the traditional, this is regular speed. This is the enhanced, and it already reached, and most of the dye is already reached the other end. If you can see, the dye is completely almost complete to the other end, most of it at least.